Alright, what's good YouTube? This is Remo coming at you guys bringing you a brand new video. What you guys are going to watch today is a vlog, and number one I'm going to start by saying I know I don't ever upload to YouTube, and I know I don't ever do vlogs and stuff like that, but this is going to save me the time of making a twit longer because a lot has happened in the past, few weeks and stuff like that, so I'm just going to go ahead and sum it all up. So if you guys don't know, here's how I'll start it out. I'm taking a step back from competitive, probably permanently, and I'll go ahead and go over the reasoning behind that. So if you guys know me, you know I've been competing since Ghosts, and this is a passion of mine, and I think I'm pretty damn good at Call of Duty. I think that on a mental level I know a lot, above what most would consider like average. Very, very smart about the game. Gun skill and situational plays could always be fixed and stuff like that. But, I was always consistently improving. I always thought I was a really good COD player. I always thought I could do something with this game, as every other amateur player thinks. But either way, it got to a point where it just wasn't something for me anymore. With the new year, I took a lot of resolutions just to better myself because I've been needing to, number one, grow up and, number two, kind of fix myself. So one of the big things that I took on was like the gym, and that takes like a good hour to hour and a half out of each day, to properly go to the gym and to eat, before and after, and to do everything right and change your lifestyle, and doing meal preps and food shopping and shit for myself, which is kind of new. It costs a little bit more money, so it's another expense. And taking an hour and a half to do that takes an hour and a half out of COD, which is unfortunate, but it's how it goes. Another resolution was going to be so I could start streaming more PC games because I finally got my PC up to a point where I can stream actual PC games, and I genuinely enjoy playing other games than Call of Duty. I'm not just a Call of Duty player. That's all I've been able to stream over the past year that I've been streaming, and it's been very successful, but I've never been able to stream what I want to stream until now. So when the opportunity presented itself to become a streamer, I had to take it. You know what I mean? So basically what happened at Vegas was we placed one outside of the pro points, and that kind of fucked us. And then we played in the 2K for the first amount of pro points, and we got a completely fucked bracket. You had to beat your third round. You had to get to round 4 to get pro points. Our first round was a bye. Our second round was phase. Our third round was TK. Our fourth round was optic. Our fifth round was like LG or some shit like that. It was LG or EG, one of the two, but that was like our bracket run. It was all pros in our bracket. And I was front page pro points up until that point. I had grinded the fuck out of them too. I was 32nd in the world in NA for pro points. That shouldn't have happened. That we got to play that chain of teams. So no pro points from the 2K, no pro points from Vegas equals a really, really hard chance to get the champs. And when you have a Call of Duty pro point system where the more you grind, the more you get rewarded, is going to be tough. Because I'm working, an 8-hour job in the morning, which means I can't stay up super late and grind anymore, and the gym takes an hour and a half out of each day, which takes, generally about 2 to 3 GBs out of your day, which adds up after a while. And approaching Atlanta, we had some inter-team issues. It doesn't need to be publicized, but it got to a point where, a couple players were unsure if we wanted to go to the event. Me being one of them, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to compete anymore and stuff like that. But it got to a point where, we kind of decided that Atlanta wasn't a good thing for us. And that being said, it was good. No pro points from Vegas, no pro points from the 2K, not going to Atlanta. There's no way I'm making champs this year. Giving up competing is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, but since I waited long enough, and I am 19 going on 20, and I do have so much going on in my life to distract me, it's not a huge deal to me. It's part of growing up, and every COD player has to do it eventually. So that's going to be the first part of this vlog. The first part of this vlog is just explaining why I'm stepping back from competitive. I'm still going to be streaming Call of Duty because it is a passion of mine. I still think that I'm damn good at it, and I still have a really good time playing it. I just won't be competing at LANs. I probably won't be traveling to LANs, and I probably won't be playing in any online respawn tournaments. If anything, I'll just play S&D a lot, and that'll be a lot of fun. But number 2, moving forward, I'm going to first off thank HVK. They believed in me and my team more than any other organization really has. Fantastic group of guys. This is just dedicated to gaming and personalities and growing as an esport and as an organization. Absolutely amazing group of people. They've They gave me funding for Vegas, and they were going to give me even more funding for Atlanta, more than I've ever had before in my life. That event was like free for me, and I just couldn't. It's just so hard to deny it. Great group of people. And unfortunately, I did leave HVK for another organization just because of exposure and an opportunity to do a couple really good things with some really good people in the organization. So moving forward, the organization that I picked to stream for is Panda Gaming. If you cannot see the hat already, I'm sure a lot of you saw this coming. I do know a lot of people in Panda. I'm very close to the owners and a lot of the streamers and stuff, so it was just a good fit right away. So this is very unique, and this is something different, and this is something that really means a lot to me. So of course, I'm sure you guys have seen my music half sleeve. You know what I mean? It's not unknown that music is something that's very important to me. If I didn't put all the time that I put into video games and streaming, it would have gone into music. It would have gone into me learning how to play guitar better and play keyboard more and up my drumming skills, because those are the three things that I play. So I can't just step away from esports altogether. I love it, and I love gaming way too much. So my thought process was, well, what can I do to bring music and esports together? And what I've came up with, and something that Panda is letting me do, is I'm going to be streaming me mixing music on a program called Fruit Loops. And it's just like a loop system. You just like make stuff and you loop it, and you can make songs, and you can make tons of stuff. Like the application is absolutely ridiculous. And the problem is I've never used it before, and I'm very new, so all my first couple streams are going to be very boring and me just learning stuff. I have to watch a lot of YouTube tutorials, but it makes me be able to stream music. And I know that streaming music doesn't tie into esports, but what I want to do is eventually create a brand for myself where I can sell the music that I mix to organizations. So just like a graphic designer makes graphics for orgs, and they pay that graphic designer, I want to make YouTube intro music, and I want to make montage music, and I want to make music for organizations to purchase off of me, and for me to be able to stream the projects that I'm making and tweet out, hey, come check out the montage music I'm making for Panda Gaming right now from MLG Atlanta. And people would come in and they'd see me mixing the music for their event. And I know that the complications would be, well, there's a lot of free music that you can just pick up and use, but I want something that I can do custom, that I can be like, talk to somebody about, and they can be like, here's what I want, here's the tempo that I want, here's the style of music that I want it to be really loud, I want it to be really soft, I want this, I want that, I want you to sync it to this video. That's my ultimate goal. I want to fuse music and esports for myself in some way, and this is the way to do it, and Panda's giving me that opportunity. Passion of mine. Awesome. That's a great thing for me. That's the New Year's resolution, was for me to learn how to mix music on the computer. It's going to be a long process, and I'm going to obsess over it, and it's going to be great. So that's number one. Number two, what Panda's also doing for me is they're also letting me lead a podcast for their Twitch and for their YouTube. So I'm sure that you guys have seen podcasts before, and I absolutely love podcasts, and I think they're great, but something that I always notice with podcasts is there's no structure. For some of them, and a lot of them are just like, talking, and you just go off a subject, and then like someone says something, you go off that. What I want to do is something called Don't Get Me Started. Again, if you guys follow my YouTube channel, you'll know that Don't Get Me Started is something that I created a while back and just never got the people for. So Don't Get Me Started is a podcast rant series where you pick a topic, and all 4 people in the podcast, or 3, or however many we have, just rant about this subject, and it ends up being really funny because you blow off steam about it, and it's going to be a great time. And I have the greatest group of people for it already just by meeting them, 2 days ago. So that's going to be coming within like the next month. It's going to be a lot of advertising, a lot of work, a lot of preparation and technical stuff and stuff like that. But it's the fact that they're believing in me that I can create a podcast for their YouTube and for their Twitch that's actually going to pull, goal 50 to 75 to 100 plus views while we're streaming it. So definitely looking forward to that. And thirdly, under Panda, this is not anything at all that I have talked about with the owners, but something I would really like to do is Panda Fitness. FaZe and Optic, they have like their own fitness stuff, and they all go to the gym. And then Denial recently opened their own thing, and my buddy Carlos is working under Denial Fitness. And I think it's just something that's really not unique because it's already been done, but it's just something that can motivate gamers to not just sit down in a chair for 12 hours and play video games and eat shitty and live like a bad lifestyle like that. And hopefully with more and more organizations getting into it, we can just kind of promote, not even just going to the gym to make gains, but to just be healthy and maybe to eat a little bit and to exercise a little more and, take a break from staring at a monitor for 12 hours because that's like such a shitty way to live. Like, I know I'm very small and I'm the opposite of a role model for fitness, but I want to as my journey goes, progress, just like publicly put that out there so people can see that, you don't have to be the biggest guy to be involved in fitness. You can have a journey and a story, and I think that's amazing. So I want to do something with Panda Fitness. No promises that go through, but I really do want to try to do that. So on top of me streaming PC games now and other games and other platforms like CSGO, H1, my music mixing program, Stonehearth, Minecraft, shit like that, I'm also going to be doing Panda Beats, which is what I'm going to name it. I'm also going to be doing the Panda podcast, the Don't Get Me Started podcast, and I'm also going to be doing, hopefully, the Panda Fitness. So, guys, if you guys supported me before, I know you guys are going to support me now, but this is something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, is to be able to still be involved in esports, but for other reasons. Competing was something that I really love to do, and I will always have a competitive drive inside of me. No matter what game I'm playing, I always will compete at that game to try to be the best, even though I won't play it as a professional level. Like when I play CSGO, I try really hard, and I put everything into it, and I practice, and I watch pros. So, like, competing is always going to be something for me. But this is just an opportunity for me to not just stream Call of Duty and focus on Call of Duty. And like when I played Call of Duty, I lived, breathed, and ate Call of Duty. When I was playing, I was streaming, and if I wasn't playing and streaming, I was rewatching my broadcast or I was watching pros play. And if I wasn't doing that, I was just talking to somebody about Call of Duty. I was on Twitter, I was on YouTube. I was doing something to better myself with Call of Duty to the point where it was like unhealthy and it was affecting like my health, and like I would lose weight and I wouldn't eat right and I wouldn't get a lot of sleep and blah 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 blah. So it's really something amazing for me to be able to step back from competing and make my own schedule and be able to hang out with friends and be able to stream other games with other people and just have that freedom. Like tonight it's 1 in the morning, and if my teammates were on and we didn't have anything to do, we'd be grinding until we saw the sun. But like tonight, like I got off a little bit early, I made this vlog, and then I'm about to go watch some movies. Like that's like my night tonight, and that's amazing because I went to the gym, I streamed for like 3 to 4 hours today, and I made a vlog for YouTube. Like perfect. And I don't think I'm really going to continue heavily with my YouTube. If anything, I'm going to be publicizing the YouTube channels that I make the music for, or for the podcast when it's on. But that's about it. I don't really know anything about video editing, so I'm not going to be making videos. But if there is something funny that happens in my stream, I will clip it and upload it. So that's what I can promise. Guys, 13 minutes on this vlog. I appreciate you guys listening and tuning in. This is, like I said, something that I really want to do, so I hope you guys can support me through everything. I appreciate everyone who always does come into the streams too, and everybody who's tried to help me in my COD career, and everybody who I've ever teamed with, and everything like that. It's been a journey. It's not something I'll ever forget or ever take for granted. So thank you guys so much. Hope you all have a great night, and YouTube will catch you later.